Okay, we have the mice here already. That is pretty good. That's a very good start, actually. Hey everyone, this is Thecos, and today I'm going to bring you my Kickstarter preview of Cinderella at Midnight. A game that is currently being funded on Kickstarter, just a few more days, but I really wanted to bring this to the channel. This is designed by Amanda Kastner, and she has asked me if I wanted to cover it, and I said, yeah, I'm going to try. So I'm doing this on pretty short notice, so I hope that I'll do everything correctly today and not make any mistakes. But I think I can give you quite a nice impression of how this game is played. So essentially, we are trying to help Cinderella and complete her tasks, find a way through like the shifting maze, and then return to the pumpkin coach before the final stroke of midnight. So before we get started, grab yourself a cup of tea and let's go. All right, here we go. Very nice. All right, so this is an 18 card print and play game, and essentially we have 2 cards here that start like this, where we note like the time of day, so to speak, right? And whenever there are like specific icons that we see in the maze, then we have to like advance time. The further we advance, the worse it is. We are playing this game in 2 phases. First of all, we have the garden phase with these cards right here. And then we'll have the maze phase with these cards right there. By the way, another small disclaimer, we have like a pretty big storm outside, including lightning, thunderstorm and everything. I just have to record it now because in a few days I'll be on vacation. So before that I have to record this, so I hope you don't hear it too much. But since I have that new microphone, that shouldn't pick it up too much, just like my old one. All right, so for setup, we do it like this. We have like 16 cards left here. We will put the Fairy Godmother right here in the middle. And then we will turn these cards over to the palace side that we will use later. And then we will shuffle these cards here like this. Let me just give them another cut. I'll just put them up here, I think. And then we take the top 4 cards and we put them just around the starting card here. We can put them in any orientation, either like this or like that. But if there are numbers on here, just like these, the one has to be up there because these are abilities that we can use. So I will just do it like this. And then here, oh, also another one. Okay, it doesn't look too good yet. Okay, we have the mice here already. That is pretty good. That's a very good start, actually. Maybe let me do it like, I think it might be a good idea to do it like this here. No, actually, that's a bad idea. Like this. And then the next one here is another ability card, pretty much. Just like this, you see, like we have like a nice little maze spread out here. So, and another thing that comes with the game is like this cool standee here of Cinderella. We have like the one for the garden with the garden outfit, and then with the palace outfit in her dress, which is pretty cool. You won't really see it because I have it here like this. But you know what I'll actually do? I'll take the standee and just put it right here so we can see this nice standee, but I would actually take like a different figure here with like with like this candle. I think that works quite well, and we'll just put it here in our starting spot at the Fairy Godmother. Then you see like where I am, and still not too large. I think that works. All right, so what are we doing? Well, we are going through this maze, and we have like 3 things that we need to find in a specific order. So right here, you might see it on this card. Right here, it says like gather mice. Then we have to catch lizards and then pick pumpkins. So these are like specific symbols we need to come across. And whenever we do, we just turn the card, right? And whenever we have like found all of them, then we return to the Fairy Godmother and then we win at least the first phase, right? We still have the palace phase after that. How we do that is just by going through the maze. Here are these locks, these pumpkin locks. We cannot go through them unless we have picked the pumpkin at the end. But like for the first move, we can actually move through them and move out there, right? But then we are trying to like find all of these things. We see the mice already down here, so we can start with that. There are also other locks that I can't see at the moment, but there are locks with mice and lizards on them. These are then unlocked as soon as I pick that, or pick, catch, or gather that specific item, so to speak, or animal critter. So, you know what? Let's just start and I will tell you how that works. We always have to go forward, right? So, we need to now think about where we go. And we can always at all times put like a maze card adjacent to the maze card we are on at the moment. But that doesn't work because, well, here are no adjacent free spots, right? So I'm just going to start moving down here. And you see it says like gather mice, which is really good. That means I can now take this card here and turn it like this. So we have these mice. We have the mice gathered, so that was very, very lucky. And now the mice locks are open. So, where do we want to go? Here's down here, you see a bell, right? Whenever we cross a bell, pass a bell, we have to go down with this card. And these are bad, right? If the bell ever gets to 12, so if the clock strikes midnight, we lose because time has run out. So we don't really want to do that. So, I will just go up here maybe and see what happens there. But, well, we can just take a card first. That's actually not too bad, because with this one, we can actually move around quite a bit. So, and then we will go over here. And now we are here in the rose garden. And here, now we have like one of these abilities. This one says, admire the roses to reverse. The reverse time. That means what we can do now is do that ability. Then we will rotate the card 180 degrees to signify that we have like used the ability, and then we can't use it again. But we don't have to reverse time at the moment because we are fine. We are actually totally fine, so that's good. Down here, the same thing. We can gaze at the lily pond to reverse, but we have to be next, like in the main area here. If we are here in one of these things, that won't work. So you know what? Let's just continue further and see what we have. Oh, pig pumpkins. That's actually not too bad. We could put the pumpkin one. Let's. How do we put it? Like this. I will put it like this, and then later on we can go there. So you see, down here there is like a lizard, a lock with a lizard, because we have to catch the lizard first, right? We can't go in there yet. But then, whenever we can go in there, when we have caught the lizard, we can then also pick the pumpkin here, which is the last thing we need to do. So, but the thing is, we always have to move onto the card that we add, right? So even if we can't pick them, we still need to move there, because you see there is a little path here that we can go. But that means we are passing a bell, so we have to like put that card down a little bit. And then let's look at the next card here. Yeah, we can actually go in here. That is a secret passage. We can go in here and we can go out the blue ones. We could work with that. So let's go in here, but there's another bell, unfortunately. And then where do you want to go out? These actually let us go out both. Like in and out. Where do we want to go? I think we should maybe. I don't know. That's kind of difficult to know, but it makes probably sense to go out up there. So let's just go up here, and then add another card and see where we end up. So with the one at the top, we need to go in here. There's another bell. Oh, we're not doing too well. Well, then we need another card. Let me put those in the bottom right here now. So let's just see. Okay, gather mice again. We still don't need that, but that's fine. We can at least get onto a card again. Okay, that's good. Then let's draw the next card. We really need these lizards. There are no lizards here. These are mice again. What can we do? We can do it like this. Can we do it differently? We can also do it like this. Yeah, let's go here. And then, yeah, no matter where we go, there are always bells. We can't go back, as I told you, right? We can only move forward. We can only move back if we have no other way of going. So let's go up there. Now the bell icon, we're not doing well here. We need to, like, do these abilities later on. We're going to get down there again. And then here we have the lizards. Can we get in there? Oh, no, we don't have the lizards. That's something else. What do we do? That's kind of rough. Yeah, because we can't go into the lizard things here, right? I could do it like this, go around here, and then go out somewhere else again. I just don't know where. I think I'll just do it like this, then go here. We will have to trigger the bell again. And then let's see where we can go out. I could go out like somewhere over here, maybe here and then go around here. I think that's a good idea. I'll just go out here. And because we used that another bell, I will just go around in here, and then we will rest by the fireside to reverse the bell. So what we will do is we will now take a look here where we are, and here it says you may reverse 2 bells because we are like that far advanced. Maybe we can like push it up twice here like this, so back down to 4, and then we need to rotate that 180 degrees to signify that. I haven't found any cards yet with the lizards, so they're still coming, I suppose. We don't have a whole lot of cards left, right? That's kind of bad. I hope I don't lose immediately in the garden phase. That would be kind of embarrassing, right? So here we can catch lizards. Finally. So I will put this. So after that, we need to go to the pumpkins, which are down there. So let me maybe do it like... Oh, we will trigger like a lot of bells again. Can I do it up here? And then we can probably take a shortcut or something. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let me do this. And then we go up here. There is a lock with a mouse, but we have gathered mice, so we can go in here. Now we can catch a lizard. So let's just rotate that 90 degrees. Very, very nice. And then let's see. We can go there or there. Doesn't matter. These are all full of bells. So 1 bell. And then we are there. And then here it says like you may either turn 1 lantern or swap any 2 cards. That's also an idea. I could swap these 2 here, right? That could be an idea, because then we can pick the pumpkin immediately. That might be an idea. Can we get in there? Oh no, we can't get in there where we are right now. That won't work. Then I'll just continue going here and go in there. Another bell triggered. And then we can emerge right here. Because through the lizard lock we can go, and then we can pick our pumpkin. That is great. So now we just have to return to the Fairy Godmother, which should be easy enough. So we go here, we trigger another bell. Up here, I will use this ability here, Admire the Roses, to reverse bells. We can reverse twice again. So it's up to 5, or down to 5 again. So let me just rotate that. Then I will go up here to the lily pond and reverse again. We can reverse 2 again. So we're down to 3. That is great. No bells triggered. So, and then we can go through the pumpkin lock to return to the Fairy Godmother. So that is amazing. So the first part of the maze we have actually done. So, and what we do now is, now we set up the second part. And that works like this. Everything outside this 3x3 3x3 grid outside, like around the Fairy Godmother, is removed. So remove these and remove these. Right? We will just take all of them. We will put them here on that stack, turn it over to the garden side, and then shuffle those. Let me just give them a shuffle like this here. Alrighty. Like this. And the cut. And then I'll just put them back here in the corner again. And what we do with these is, these are all now turned horizontally, right? We just flip them horizontally, except if there is like a 1 and 2 on there. If the 2 is at the top, we have to like also like rotate it, right? For example, here, do it like this. Then here you see we have our carriage here, the one like this. Oh, we need to go there at the end. Okay, that could be kind of interesting. Like this and like this with the one here. Ooh, that is not too great. Actually, that's not too bad. We might be able to work around this. Okay, so now let's turn over our little standee here, because now we have that nice dress. We will go here in the middle again, and now we know where we are. We are at 3 bells. All right, that's wonderful. So I will just turn that over and turn this over, and you see like if we had 0 to 4 bells, we start there, 5 to 8 bells there, 9 to 11 there. We had only 3, so we started at the very top, which is really good. So we are now up here, and now we need to do similar things to what we just did, just a little bit harder. First, we need to find 1 regular key or 2 keys with like only 1 like prong, how do you call that? like the half keys. Then we need to meet the prince, which I can't see at the moment. Then we need to drop our shoe, which we do right here, actually. And then we go back to the pumpkin carriage. Everything's pretty much the same with a few differences. First of all, we don't have bells on the road, on the path anymore. What we have now is we have clocks in the rooms. And then we advance the tracker and then things happen. We have to like rotate or swap specific cards, which is interesting. So the labyrinth, the maze will now be shifting a lot, which is pretty cool. And what else is there are like family members. And we can go through their room once, like stepmother and stepsister, for example. Then we rotate 180 degrees. And if we ever go into that room again, we lose immediately, right? So that's pretty bad. And also we lose if we like advance the tracker all the way to 12 again, right? So it's like the same principle, almost no further rules, but it is a little bit harder. So first we need to find a key. There is one right up here. So let's immediately try to get there. Again, here are the locks with the slippers for like the last thing we need to do, but once we can go outside. Also, you see here are locks with 8 and also some with 4. We can only enter them like whenever like time is advanced far enough. So we can't even go in there yet. We can't go in these shortcuts yet. So I will just go in here, and then I will go in here. There is a clock on that card. Then we go here, there's another clock on this card. We go here, there is a clock on this card as well. And now it says, now we need to rotate the nearest clock card. And it is this one. So this one needs to be rotated like this, right? So now we can't really go back here anymore. That's kind of bad. We're stuck here now. That's pretty bad. And then we will go in here. Oh, by the way, and also now the 4 locks, like the shortcuts there, have now opened, right? The secret passages. All right, so now we've actually found the key that we need. That is good. We have the first part. Now we need to meet the prince. So we don't have the prince anywhere here, so let's just get a new card and see. Yeah, that is okay. Let's put it like this. And then go on that card. It's another one with clocks, right? So we continue here. And now this means now we swap 2 cards, the nearest clock card with the nearest non-clock card. This is the nearest non-clock card. This is the nearest clock card. So these 2 are just swapped now. Okay, so you see, it's kind of interesting because now the labyrinth starts shifting, which is pretty cool. All right, so let's get the new card. Oh, it's another one with clocks. We're doing pretty bad on time. Do I want to go up or down? We need to go here later on. I will never get there. I have no idea how I will get there. Maybe through shortcuts here. Yeah, I will have to use secret passages. I don't want to like go in the direction of the stepmother and stuff, right? So let's maybe just go up here. Yeah, let's go up here. Let me shove everything down, slide everything down a little bit so you can see better. Okay, so let's go up here, then more clocks here. That is wonderful. We're doing really bad. And the nearest clock cards need to be rotated, which is this one here. Okay, now we can't go back there again. We are really stuck here now. Okay, let's draw the next card and see. Yeah, that's kind of bad. This is kind of bad. Oh man, we're getting really far away. So let's go in here. No clock card. Luckily, and we need to go further down. So let's do it like this. Okay, another card with clocks. Let's put it like this so we have a little bit of room to breathe. Okay, so continue here. We need to swap the nearest clock and any non-clock card. Being here is good because when we get there, then we can just immediately leave. So that's fine. What do I want to swap this one with? Let's swap it with something that doesn't really matter. Yeah, let's swap it with this one right here. I guess I will just not go there. Okay, so next card. Oh man, where's the prince? I can't find the prince. That is pretty bad. So let's go here. We have to advance the timer even more. Now we rotate the nearest clock card, which is this one here, like this. Oh, we kind of shut out again. And also now the 8 are open, right? So now we can actually also leave here when we get that shoe. Okay, prince, come on. This is incredible that we can't find that stupid prince. wrong way, like this. So let's go on here. Suspicion, your stepsister watches, so we have to turn it. If we get on there one more time, then we actually lose the game. All right, come on, Prince. There we go. There we go, my friend. So put this down here. Go in here. So now we have met the prince. That is, oops, that is great. I'm messing everything up here again. So, and now we need to drop the shoe. So, now, oh, we're almost out of time, but let's go down here. Slide that down. Now we need to swap the nearest clock card with the nearest non-clock card. This is no clock here, no clock there, no clock there. And the nearest clock cards would be this one here maybe, or that one. So let's just swap this one with, I guess, with the prince card. Right? Doesn't really matter. Okay. Then we go all the way around down here. We can drop our shoe now for the prince to find. And now the shoe lock's opened. The 8's are opened anyway because of round 8, right? So we can just go in here and leave. That means we actually have won the game. That is pretty cool. I liked it a lot. That is actually pretty cool. So I wouldn't have thought that I would actually win the game. So there we go. This is already how you play Cinderella at midnight. So you see, it's a pretty simple game in terms of rules. Once you understand it, and yeah, it's also quite quick to play. I would say around like 20 to maximum 30 minutes. And it's a pretty interesting puzzly game. I enjoyed this quite a bit. All right, I will not give you like a full review, but I will give you a few impressions, right? Also because I was a little bit short on time, but also because I think like you have seen like very well how this game works. There isn't a whole lot more to show, but let me just like give you a few of my impressions for now. So first of all, the theme is really cool. I like this theme. I don't know many like Cinderella or fairy tale themed games. There are a few, but not like a whole lot. Like Gingerbread House, I know, or Wonder Tales by Buttonshine Games, and maybe something like Twisted Fables, right? But there are like not a whole lot of fairy tale games, in my opinion, right? So it's cool to have like this kind of theme. It's a very special theme, very specific theme, one that not everybody will enjoy, but I think it's pretty cool. It's very whimsical. I like it quite a bit. The art style is very nice as well. This is really nice art style. It's like, I don't know, I might be a little bit far away, but it's like very nice, hand-drawn. This looks really nice. The art style is amazing. What I also like in terms of like visual design is the way like everything is color-coded, right? Like you have like the palettes, like everything is blue, and on the other side it's like all purple, like the garden. So there is not like, they're not working like with like symbols or anything that you have to like turn over the right cards. You just sort them by color, and that's it, right? That you can already start playing. And you have the same thing here, right? You have like the standee in blue for the palace section and in purple for the garden section. By the way, you don't really need this, right? I mean, the cool thing is you can just put this also in a wallet or whatever where you put this, and you can just disassemble this, right? And just put it like into a different sleeve or whatever, or into your wallet, and then you can just assemble it when you start playing. It's actually pretty cool. Actually, ironically, this is more space efficient than having like a cube, right? Because the cube you can't put in any like card box or whatever, right? So very cool, actually, and also very nice art design. I like this quite a bit. The first time I played this game, I thought this was like very luck driven, the way you play this game, but actually it is luck driven, yes, sure, a little bit, but you can actually win the game if you try to like position yourself well. Like the very first game I played, I positioned myself really bad, and I actually ran out of cards. I don't quite know what happens there, but I guess you lose if you run out of cards and can't move anywhere, right? I think when you can move further, you actually lose the game. So this game strikes a very nice balance, like a very elegant balance between not having too many rules, but having quite some depth in terms of like puzzliness, so to speak, right? So I like this. I like this. Also, another thing that I think is designed quite well is that you essentially play the same game twice, right? You first have like the garden section that is quite quick, and then you have the palace section. And both are the same, almost, because the palace section is the same, except for a few further rules, right? Like the secret passages. You don't have to like see where you can go out and where you can go in. You can like go through, between all of them. but they are like unlocked like the further down you go. And that's like a pretty nice mechanism here, because the further down you go, the closer you are to losing, but the more opens up actually, right? So that's a pretty cool balance. I like that quite a bit. Also, not being able to pass through certain cards twice also does a lot for your tactics, right? So you can't just say, okay, later on I'm just going to backtrack. Yeah, that's not going to be possible maybe, because like these cards are in the way. So that is also done quite well. I like that quite a bit. One thing I wasn't too fond of is the rules. The rules are very cool. They're on 3 cards, right? That means you can also like just 3 more cards and you have like the rules, so you can put everything in like one wallet or like one deck box or whatever. That is cool. Just the rules were like that shortened that I had a little bit of trouble first understanding how the game plays, to be honest, right? So, but this is still something in progress. This is still being worked on, so I'm confident that Amanda will still iron out those rules a little bit more. But apart from that, I like this game quite a bit. I had fun playing this, and I'm also thinking of backing it actually, because it is pretty cool. Because the thing is, you can just back the print and play, right? That really doesn't cost a whole lot. You can just like the print and play. I don't know. I think the basic print and play is like $4 or something like that, right? But if you say like you would like to have like a nice physical game, right? It's also like, I don't know, not even $15, I think. Then you can get the physical version of that game. That's pretty cool, because it comes like with all the cards that you need here, with like the rules as cards, also with the standee. That is not like my version, like printed just like this, but it's actually like a little bit thicker and stuff, so that's pretty cool. And also comes like in a velvet bag, right? A little bit like some of the love letter versions, right? In such a bag. I think like a wallet would be even cooler, but I do have like these small wallets without any print that I use for other games. For example, here, as you can see, right, I have like these wallets where I put these cards in. So if I want to like travel and want to have it compact, I could put the cards in there. But having that bag is a cool touch. So I think I'm going to back this game because it's a very cute little game. It does something that other games don't do. It's a whimsical theme. And it's quite special in that regard. So yeah, if you enjoyed what you saw today, you need to hurry up a little bit, because this campaign will not be live a whole lot longer, depending on when I publish this, another 2 to 4 days, I think. So you will find the link to the Kickstarter project in the description of this video as usual, so you can check it out yourself and back it if you want to. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and also thank you for staying to the very end. As usual, I'm very thankful for all of your support, but especially I want to give a shout out to my generous patrons, and a big thanks go out to Thecos for supporting me at the highest tier. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. You can also support me by watching, liking, and commenting on my videos, subscribing to my channel, supporting me on Patreon, and joining my Discord server to hang out with me and my amazing community. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the very next video. Take care, everyone. Stay safe, and cheers.